What's up, everybody? I'm Rick.
And I'm Anna.
And welcome to our review of the movie, The Father. Based on the play Le Père by Florian Zeller, The Father was first shown at Sundance on January 27, 2020. The movie tells the story of an aging man who refuses all assistance from his daughter. As he tries to make sense of his changing circumstances, he begins to doubt his loved one, his own mind, and even the fabric of his reality. What a movie, what a movie.
That synopsis makes me think that something supernatural is happening.
It's happening in the movie, right? I mean, at some point you kind of,
Yeah, you're not sure. Is this really real? I mean, really real?
So, Anna, The Father, Le Père, what did you think of this movie? Did you enjoy it?
I thought it was amazing. I think it's a little bit of a theme of the movies this year. They're trying through different methods to make the viewer be like immersed into the world of the characters, to see things from their point of view.
You're saying this year, you're talking about the Academy Award nominated movies this year. This, I will agree with you, was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie, as you say, they try to make you feel like the main character feels, right? Kind of like Sound of Metal.
Confused.
Where you're
right.
hearing like he would be hearing. Here, you're feeling, like you said, confused. He's questioning his reality, like the synopsis says. I was questioning his reality, mine at the same time. I was like, what's happening here? It's masterfully made to kind of put you in the mind or in the shoes of someone who would be going through dementia, and it was at every turn doubting everything that he sees, even the simplest thing, right? Is this my apartment? I'm not sure. And sometimes, as the audience, a lot of times actually, we're not sure either.
Like, is this his apartment? Is it his daughter?
Yeah.
Is this person really there? Like sometimes you're not sure.
Who's the son-in-law? Is there a son-in-law? Like, what is the timeline of the event? Everything is mixed up. Everything is made to confuse you while still being coherent, right? It's not a confusing movie per se.
Yeah.
It's just that it's trying to make you feel like the character is feeling.
Yeah, and I thought they did that beautifully through mostly, I think, the set.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the set looks always the same, space-wise, it's just decorated differently.
Yeah.
And so you're not sure, is he in the same place? Is this like in his mind? Is he remembering something from like way back in the past? Like, you're not sure.
Several times throughout the movie, I was like, wait, but is this the same apartment?
Right.
Is it not? I got some information about this, actually, I think you might find interesting. So in order to better convey the experience of fading memory to the audience, the original stage that this was based on, Le Père, as the drama progressed, items are taken away, such as furnitures and decoration, etc., until on the stage itself, there is no one left but the players, like the actor. Of course, here, they couldn't do that for the movie. So, for the movie adaptation, Anthony's apartment, Anne's apartment, and the residential home that we see at the end all play out in a very similar space, like architecture-wise.
Right.
But as the movie goes on, certain changes are made. Not only, like you were talking about, they move stuff around, but also color-wise, like it's different. The color scheme is different if it's Anthony's apartment, if it's in the past, if it's in the future, if it's Anne's apartment, if it's the home. But also, they change day-to-day object, like the painting, which is a big recurring element, right? Sometimes the painting's there over the fireplace, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a different picture hanging there. We see flowers there sometimes, chairs, just little elements throughout that makes you feel like it's a different place, but at the same time,
it looks like
it's the same place.
Right. There were some, like the scene with the chairs, I remember, and I kept looking at it and I was like, I feel like this is important. Like, why are the chairs there? And then they're not. Or before that moment, they weren't. But yeah, it's because it's probably just he's confused about
the place or the time, right? And even then, you say, I feel like this is important. That's how he feels, right? Because it's like, no, this is important for me to be able to tell I'm in the place that I think I am. I need to be able to tell that this is not my apartment. There were no chairs there. Why are there chairs here, right?
Exactly. And another element that comes back that makes you realize that the events that we're seeing are not in chronological order is with the watch. At some point, he loses his watch and his daughter finds it or tells him to go look for it under the bathtub or something like this where he hides it. But then in another scene, the same thing happens, and it seems like it's just the next day, but the watch is in the cupboard. And every time she tells him, that's where you always put it. It can't be in both places that he always puts it, like in 2 consecutive days. So those events must be happening a long time apart, maybe even years apart.
Yeah, but we get hints of that, right? Because sometimes she has no husband, sometimes she has one. At first we're confused, did she ever have a husband? But no, it's just that the period of time that the movie covers is long.
Right.
Longer than you realize at first. You talk about the watch. The watch is a very important element, of course, symbolically, because to him, Anthony, it's the only way that he can be certain of the time, right? Of what time it is exactly. Because at first you might be saying, oh, he's just mixing up the days, but even inside of the days, he's mixing up how much time has been passing, right? There's a scene where it feels like he just woke up, but then it's the evening already, and his daughter is like, hey, it's time for us to go get dinner. You haven't changed out of your pajamas yet, right?
Yeah.
But without the watch, she has no way of telling like how much time has passed.
Right.
We keep talking about Anthony, Anne, etc., all these characters. Let's see who plays them. So first of all, the movie was directed by Florian Zeller, who is the author of the play.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I like that. I like that so much.
Florian Zeller was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay for this movie.
I think it works great because obviously he had a vision for, the play, like to be played on stage. And he was able to, like you can tell that he was able to transfer that vision onto the screen without it being done in the same way, obviously, because they are 2 different mediums, but to still convey the same idea and the same feeling.
Yeah. And people agreed with that because he did win the Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. Movie stars Anthony Hopkins as Anthony. Florian Zeller wanted Anthony Hopkins specifically for the part. He sent Hopkins the script in 2017 and waited for a reply. In the meantime, he did not pursue any production and any other actors for the lead role. And he said that if Hopkins had not agreed to do the role, he would have done it in French instead, the movie.
I wonder if he had someone in mind for a French version.
French version. What did you think of Anthony Hopkins'
it's perfect.
performance? Oh, it is so good.
Perfect.
Anthony Hopkins, of course, always great.
Yeah.
But here, he shines in so many different ways, right? The range of emotion that he has to convey through his character is so large. He's angry, sad, confused, and you feel all of them so much every time.
He's scared sometimes, and in a way that, not that his life is in immediate danger, but in a way that he's scared that he doesn't understand anymore. And like I think that's difficult to portray. And also I want to mention the immediate mood changes sometimes. Like within the same second he moves from one emotion to another. Yeah. It was like so extreme. And I think
he seems like he's happy, but then he just snaps and gets angry. Yeah, that's so good. Anthony Hopkins won the Academy Award for Best Actor for this role at the age of 83, which makes him the oldest person ever to have won the award. Movie also stars Olivia Colman as Anne. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, did not win. What did you think of her?
I think she played the role really well. I think it's very interesting how she managed to, while communicating with him and like being in direct contact with him, still keep this like removed kind of attitude, because she's not involved in his, this world the way he sees the world. She's the person on the outside who knows what's actually happening. She knows, what time of the day it is and what year it is. And she just observes him, and she managed to do that without, like, as an actress, to know what is actually happening and what they're playing, but at the same time play it in such like a cool and somewhat detached way.
Yeah, and she represents a point of view that is important for a movie that is about someone with dementia and how their life is kind of falling apart, is the people surrounding them who have to take care of these people and how much it affects their own lives, right? There's a very powerful scene that is a bit confusing whether it's in her mind or something she kind of not wishes but thought about for a second. There's a scene where she goes to Anthony's bedroom and kind of strangle him with a pillow.
Right.
And I wasn't sure there. I don't know how you took it. Like, was this in the moment something she thought about for like half a second? You know, it would be better if he wasn't there, or was it kind of a nightmare? I'm not
No,
sure.
that's probably how I interpreted it too. Like she thought for a second that it would be easier for her if he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. But that's hard. That's hard, and she portrayed that character, and you see through her acting and through the dialogue, like how hard it is for her, but also how much she wants to try to make it better for her father, who a lot of the time is antagonistic towards her.
Right.
Very much.
Refuses any help or solution that she might propose.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also interesting to think that most of the times if we are to see a story similar to this, we would see it from her point of view.
Yeah.
Probably. You know, we would be like through the eyes of the person on the outside who looks at someone who's going through this like onset of dementia and how they're dealing with that. But now we're seeing it from the inside, like from his point of view. And we're seeing her just like not knowing what to do.
Yeah. We also have in the movie different actors who play the same role, different roles. It's a bit confusing. It's made to be confusing. We have Russell Sewell playing Paul. We have Imogen Poots who plays Laura and Lucy. That was another confusing element, right? Because whenever you would see Laura, I'd be like, oh, you remind me of Lucy. But it's actually the same actress playing both. We have Olivia Williams who plays Catherine, Laura, and Anne at some point. Which, that was one of the most confusing one when the daughter changed. I was like, oh, wait, was that what she looked like?
Yeah, I was thinking, is this the other daughter? What is going on here?
Exactly. Yeah. She's credited in the movie only as the woman.
Okay.
And we have Mark Gatiss, who plays Bill, and Paul, he's credited as the man. But all of these changes of actors, of course, it's there to, you know, help convey the feeling that Anthony is feeling, right? Of confusion, of not being able to recognize sometimes his own daughter, his daughter's husband, the people at the home. Like, is this you? Is this not you? And we as the audience also ask ourselves those questions when the husband changes face 3 times, right? Like, wait.
Right.
So we saw that the movie was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Actor, won both of those. Got also other nomination, of course, Best Picture. It did not win. Best Actor, Anthony Hopkins won. Best Supporting Actress for Olivia Colman. Best Adapted Screenplay for Christopher Hampton and Florence Zeller. They won. Best Production Design, Peter Francis, and Set Decoration, Kathy Ferrisum. They did not win, but I would have given it to them, I think.
Yeah, especially, you know, because it plays such a major role in telling the story.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe
they should have gotten it. Another one I would have given to them is Best Film Editing. Yorgos Lamprinas was nominated, but did not win. But the edit is also a big part of it, right?
Right.
To make us confused and not understand what's happening. It's jumping around, sometimes very subtly, right? He goes to another room and we think it's the same scene, but we've already switched to another scene. That's so good. But yeah, these were the awards that they got and didn't get. Anna, before we get into the ranking, do you have any final thoughts on this movie?
Yeah, so I want to mention, there are 2 things that I want to mention. First, that scene at the end with the nurse taking care of him. Like, I feel like that scene kind of helps us, the viewers, remove ourselves from the madness of the movie that has happened up until that point. Because through her, you know, starting to talk to him and trying to calm him down, we understand, like, we finally understand what's happening, you know?
It's the lifting of the curtain, right? So
exactly.
So he wasn't at home the whole time, he's just confusing things. But what's also interesting is that they never go back to some of the events and try to explain them, right? Because
so that was the second thing that I wanted to mention.
They're not made to make sense because they're from his point of view and they don't make sense. Right?
So that was the second thing that I wanted to mention. Like, I like that by the end of it, you're trying to figure out, okay, what was with the chairs? You can't make sense of it because he can't make sense of it. You know?
But even more detailed than that, right? He jumps throughout time and then asks questions that he shouldn't have the information for.
at that point, right?
Yeah, in periods of time that...
So like you kind of understand in the end that that's just how he remembers things. He mixes up memories, probably.
Yeah, mixing things, or he's confusing the people in the home with his kids and then asking them questions, right? Like Anne left for Europe, right? But we get scenes when she's still with her husband and she's like, oh, she's going to Europe. But that doesn't make sense with the timeline, right?
Right.
So it must be just confusing people in the home for Anne and Paul at that point.
And at the same time confusing like his memories from the past.
Yeah, with like, what's happening right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's very interesting that they never just sit down and be like, actually, this is what was happening the entire time, right? Because you're supposed to be left slightly confused. And would you recommend this movie?
I would absolutely recommend this movie. Definitely.
I would also recommend it. Even if we spoiled you during this conversation, go and watch it. It is a masterpiece.
Again, it's one of those movies that's just like, it's a different experience to watch it, I think.
Yeah. And now it's time to rank it. For every year of the Academy Award, we rank the movies that are nominated for Best Picture. Right now, we're ranking the movies from the 93rd Academy Award, the 2021. As of now, our ranking is number 5, Mank, number 4, Sound of Metal, number 3, Minari, number 2, Promising Young Woman, number 1, The Trial of the Chicago 7. I mean, I think it's obvious where this one goes, but let me ask you, where do you think The Father goes?
It's obvious?
Oh, it's not obvious for you?
I don't know. I'm having such a hard time, honestly.
Wow.
Okay. I would put it at number 2.
Wow. I would put it number 1 easily.
Oh, okay.
Oh, easily.
Okay. No, you know what? Yeah. Because I wasn't sure, like, if I want to put it above The Trial of the Chicago 7. I think that it's true. Like, movie-wise, like, movie-making-wise, it's definitely...
I mean, The Trial of the Chicago 7, is a very good movie. But this movie, it's like nothing I've experienced before, in the sense that it puts you... A lot of movies try to confuse you, right? With different timelines, different things that don't really make sense together. But the goal is usually just to confuse you until they reveal to you what was really happening.
Right.
Here, it's to put you in the shoes of this person suffering from dementia. And it's so powerful as an experience, just like Sound of Metal was for deaf people. I think this movie just left a much bigger impression on me than The Trial.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a movie that you will not forget once you've watched it.
But sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
You know, I was just saying that I was having a hard time putting it above The Trial of the Chicago 7 simply because of, I think, the topic of The Trial of the Chicago 7, which is like an actual, real life event. But also, I really, really liked the way the movie was made with the jumps between the trial and the events in the past. So like I really liked how they did that, and I have great appreciation for how like smoothly and nicely they managed to intercalate them. So I think that's why maybe I was a little bit I wouldn't have a problem putting it at number 1 though. So
yeah, I mean, dementia is also a very real subject that is very much present.
That is true.
And here they do a wonderful job also of switching between events from the past, events from the present, events that don't really happen.
And it's true that I feel like these kind of movies that are more, immersive for the audience usually do have a much stronger impact. Even like long time after you've watched them. So yeah, we put it to number 1.
Okay. So the new ranking is now number 6, Mank, number 5, Sound of Metal, number 4, Minari, number 3, Promising Young Woman, number 2, The Trial of the Chicago 7, and number 1, The Father. But what about you? Have you seen The Father? If so, tell us in the comment section below what you thought of it, or go rate it on our website. The link will be in the description box below. And of course, we've watched this movie as part of our goal to watch every movie that was nominated for Best Picture from 1927 to 2028. As of now, we watched 113 movies on that list. A lot left to watch still. The next one is going to be Judas and the Black Messiah. So for anyone doing the goal with us, go watch that movie and come back for the review. If you don't want to miss the review, I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Hit the notification bell to be notified whenever that video drops. Like this video if you did, and Have a nice day.
Bye bye.